We got another guide video here. Today is Toppo. Let's go ahead and pull up his kit. Okay, so we're gonna start with his passive. I won't be fighting for justice any longer. Applies movement speed up to self when moving towards enemies with the mark of destruction. The effect is greater the more mark of destruction stacks there are, right? Rush attack, a physical attack, extends the duration of mark of destruction and shortens skill cooldowns. Super attacks excluded. When hitting an enemy with mark of destruction, shortens cooldowns more when the target is an enemy hero. The more mark of destruction stacks there are, the more cooldowns are shortened. Okay, and we're gonna get into these marks of destruction. Basically, fire destructive flash, fire a barrage of energy blast in a set direction, applies a mark of destruction to enemies hit, can move while attacking. So basically, your abilities are gonna be adding marks of destruction, which is gonna allow you to gain more movement speed towards enemies with it, and also do more damage with your rush attacks. Okay, next move we have is Demolition Tornado. Rapidly rotate to deal a series of strike attacks to the surrounding area, applies mark of destruction to enemies hit, and deals more damage the more mark of destruction stacks there are. Can move while attacking. So while you're spinning, you can move. You do more damage if you already have marks of destruction stacks on them. So good combo to do is put the destructive flash first, hit them with put some marks on them, then hit them with the demolition tornado. That'll then do more damage. And of course, his Sphere's Destruction Tempered. This is basically his counter. Assume a fighting stance and unleash an unavoidable energy blast against nearby enemies who attack during it. Applies a mark of destruction to enemies hit. Gains extra HP as well as energy defense up in this stance. The more you are attacked while in this stance, the more damage dealt. So, big part of his kit is figuring out when you want to time these counters, because it's going to be a big factor, because if they have time to dodge out of it, they're going to be able to do all this damage while you're standing there and not take any damage from you. So, in the super attack, Massive Sphere of Destruction, unleash a sphere filled with destructive energy at a set point. The sphere contracts on impact, finishing with an explosion that deals extra damage. If the enemy has a mark of destruction when hit by the explosion, the entire mark of destruction stack will be consumed to deal extra damage. Deals more damage the more stacks there are. So, first off, his ult is going to do two sets of damage. It does damage here, and then boom, it explodes again, and then does more damage. On that explosion, if these enemies have marks of destruction on them, it's going to do extra damage to them. So a lot of the times you might hit them with your skill 1, skill 2, ult real quick. A lot of the times though, you probably want to save the ult for a boss. All right, and then now we can get into my preferred cards I like to use for Topo, and then combos and situations on when to use certain abilities. All right, so my preferred cards is Too Easy, Prepare to Die, and Wicked Warrior. Basically, Too Easy gives me extra HP for 2 seconds after I hit a certain amount of HP. Um, my Prepare to Die, it'll allow me to do more damage to 50% or lower HP on the enemy. And Wicked Warrior boosts your rush attack damage, which you already get a boost to rush attack damage from your passive and your rush attacks, but it's just gonna allow you to do even more damage with your rush attacks. I've tried a lot of card combos with Topo, and this is just my preference. There's plenty of other card combos that work well as well, but I just like to have that little bit of defense, but also still have a good amount of offense. That way, I can kill the target before being killed. So to start off with Topo, I like to go with the R1 just because it's such a quick cooldown. You can keep adding the stacks, and big part is adding those stacks and doing those basic attacks. That's really what's going to do a lot of damage over time. And then obviously I start with the counter because I want to be able to have some type of defense, some type of way. And as you can see right there, it can be used improperly. I just timed it and there was no damage done. So learning how to time the counter is very important. Now, of course, you're gonna also need to know how to play the game right. Get in and out, like you've seen there. Got out of that situation, then re-engage. See how I had that time countered properly. Had to make sure they were gonna hit me because they were gonna go for the Kai, which would then hit me as well. So finding out situations where they're guaranteed to hit you and you pull out the counter then, that's really a big factor for Topo's kit. So here's a good example of some combos, and you like to do skill 1, then skill 2, and the skill 2 will do a lot more damage. Now I can keep up with speed because of the mark of destruction is going to allow me to keep that up. Now here, I'm going to just keep putting stacks, and I see they're going to do damage, pull out the counter, and the counter can really just save you, and also the damage over time from the marks is just, it just works out so well. You could see here, we're going for the Kai, right? Go Tank's full health just about. He tries to hit me, and it's just damage, damage, damage. This is the first fight in the game, and if you play your stacks right and you get your counter off, man, it is gonna be a problem. Just look at that. And the damage over time is gonna kill him anyways. Because if he doesn't make it back to the tower in time. Some attackers, they're not as great for going for boss. Topo, he's actually really good for boss. He can just do the damage, get his ability, do more damage, do the mark of destruction damage over time, and then the ult obviously was just gonna do that much more damage to him. So as you can see here, this is a good example. As you can see, that second pop was really what did it, and it put so much damage over time to everybody else. You could see that the stragglers end up having to either leave or getting picked off because it's just that speed boost from the marks and the damage over time from the marks of destruction. It's just, if you can get them stacked up, it's gonna be too much for the enemy to be able to handle. Now here is just a crazy clip of some of the things that you can pull off with Topo. Here I got Baby helping me with some lifesteal, and Vegeta's trying to press me, but just as it happens, they come in. Look at this counter damage. It literally saves my life. Look at the HP I have left. It literally saved my life. He is fun and also kind of crazy at the same time. Overall, God of Destruction Topo, as you can see, even they mark him very low difficulty. He's not too hard to learn. He's one of my favorite damage dealers, and he just is great for bosses, great for team fights with the counter and the ult for the bosses and the damage over time and the speed boost for even single targets trying to run away, get away from you, the speed boost and the extra damage. Uh, all in all, he's just a really good uh damage deals. Now, is he the best? No, there are better ones, but he is very fun to play. So, I hope you were able to learn a little bit about Topo, and also make sure to check out my gameplay of Topo. You might be able to learn a little bit more as well. And thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.